YouTubers, Mike Martin's here, Mike Martin's channel. Canada lost 16,000 jobs in May, over 11,000 were in construction! Guys, what do you think is going to happen when the entire economy is based off of housing? When basically our GDP is based off of how many homes we sell, how many homes we're building. You know, everything's encompassing around the housing market. And instead of producing, exporting, good, strong GDP is on exports. We have better, strong exports, good deals, not just, we're just exporting for the sake of exporting. I'm talking about exporting good deals for Canadians and helping Canadians with, proper negotiation and trades. We wouldn't be in this problem if we weren't so hinged on housing. Now, they're talking about lowering rates and to stimulate the housing market to bring more people back. And when you don't get first-time home buyers in the market, you're in a lot of trouble. And when the first-time home buyers don't have two nickels to rub together or having a really tough time getting into the market because they have to pay $1 million for a detached bungalow that was built in 1910, it makes it pretty tough for anyone or anybody or anything to get into the markets. So Canada lost 16,000 jobs in May, over 11,000 were in construction. This is from today's dates. Canadian employment slipped last month according to one of the world's largest payroll processors. So payroll processing and Equifax are two really good key indicators when they're giving you information, because payroll processing is remittance, and that remittance gets registered with the federal and the provincial governments. So this is a really good indication, okay? ADP Canada national employment shows non-farm payroll decline in May. The decline was due to construction, which led the country to the first May drop in over 7 years. ADP Canada National Employment Report. The ADP Canada National Employment Report is a monthly measure of non-farm employment. The numbers are from their real estate database. Over 2 million employees. By tapping their information, they can make estimates on actual empirical data. In contrast, Statistics Canada, StatsCan, employment is based on a smaller survey base set. ADP numbers are not replacement for government numbers. They are a supplement. Since they have a more broad data sheet, industry-specific events are in focus. ADP numbers are great for focusing trends yet to appear in StatsCan data sets. They are also great for deeper industry insights. By the way, this is from Better Dwelling, guys. Go down and check them out. Canadian payroll drops by over 16,000 jobs. Canadian non-farm payroll dropped from a record high. Seasonally adjusted payrolls fell from 16,519,000 in May, down 0.10% from the month before. The drop works out to 16,020 fewer jobs than the month before. Declines aren't unusual, but typically employment rises in May. This is the first month decline for May in over 7 years. Here's the Canadian employment monthly change, right? So this is up to... Whoa! What? Okay, and then it's like kaboom! Here we go. Look at 18, 17, look at all the other years. Everything seemed to be kind of, but look at this one. Holy crap. The biggest lost jobs are in the construction industry. Yeah, but if no one's building, no one's buying, people are walking away from pre-builts, what do they expect to happen? It's happening in Sydney, Melbourne, Auckland. It's happening in every English major destination city that you can fly to direct. Basically, a city you can fly to direct. If you look at the cities they fly to direct, they're all having a housing problem. Direct flight, international. You'll see what I'm talking about. You'll be like, wow, Mike's right. That's what's happening, people. The biggest, construction. Of particular interest, the real estate industry is construction, which led lower. Construction payroll dropped to 1,013,000. In May, down 1.10% from last year. The decline represents 11,223 construction payrolls. The majority of last month's decline, it's the first May decline over the past 3 years. It's also the largest decline over the past 7 years. The shift is somewhat worth watching. The Canadian monthly change by industry. So here, healthcare. Okay, so that's public sector workers, not private. Administrative support, that's public. Services, probably public. Information, public. Trade, transportation, and utilities, public. Financial insurance, finance and insurance, that might be private, depends on what province. Business professional services, that might be private sector. Leisure and hospitality, public. Natural resources and mining, that could be it's private sector. Manufacturing, private. Management of companies, private. Education and healthcare, public. Other services, education, and there's construction right there. And construction is a private sector job that funds the public sector. But hold on, we got ourselves another little itsy bitsy problem. What about the construction workers that I've spoken to that are business for self, that don't get payroll, that they pay themselves via entrepreneur? Like they do their taxes at the end of the year, they don't do deductions, they are business for self, right? So they don't have a corporation, but they do have a registered number. So they're not coming on these radars. I'm expecting anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 construction workers that are not on this list that are business for self, that contract work. Oh yeah, I'm just estimating, right? Last month's ADP numbers show that unusual movement that may surface its head soon. This is the first monthly decline for May in over 7 years. Most was due to the decline in construction will impact residential investment. Anyways, guys, I kind of wish we kind of stuck to more important things in the country, like to keep our GDP going and keeping movement within the markets, very nice fluid movement between the markets. Unfortunately, we stopped basically exporting. We export materials, but we buy the product back at a loss. So we're not really making anything here. And the country isn't growing, right? So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd like to know. And if you want to support this transmission, and if you want to buy me a coffee, go ahead and support me on Patreon. Link at the end of the video. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Thanks for watching.